Afternoon, Coach. Dave Ackman.
Good afternoon or morning? It's afternoon?
It's the afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
It seems like that there's an increased level of confidence as we've interviewed the players over the last 2 or 3 weeks. As we're approaching the end of camp here, do you get that same feeling on the field now that you got most of your defense in and you're working on more specialty things?
Well, it starts with the off-season, conditioning, and then what we did throughout the summer, having an opportunity to meet with the kids. I think the kids have a better understanding of what the position's, demanding. I think the kids have mastered a number of the techniques that have been asked of them, and I mean they've gone through and they've persevered through a very tough camp. I mean, this has been a very physical camp, and the kids that are left standing are the ones that have grown and can go out and finish and make plays.
Coach, with Ickey Banks, he's been through this program for a while. Do you feel like his senior year, he's poised for a breakout year?
Oh yeah, just going through last year, I mean, Ickey was very productive. He was very consistent, and those are things that you need at corner. You need guys that are going to be consistently great at a number of things, and that's tackling, that's defending the pass, that's being assignment sound. And I think being a fifth-year senior, there's not much he hasn't seen.
With seniors like Ickey and Travis, but then you got a sophomore in Daryl, and he's considered one of the leaders of the team. Do you ever see Daryl kind of leading some of the older guys, or is it always the older guys kind of leading him?
I think it's a collective. I don't think one guy stands out more than the other. I mean, Ickey may be a leader in his own right. T-Bell may be a little more vocal. Daryl may just be doing it by example. I think you need, each and every one of those individuals to lead in their own way. Whether you need that vocal guy or not, I think these three guys are doing a tremendous job of doing their job. And that's the best way to win.
A lot has been made about Daryl this year. A lot of people are expecting big things out of him. From the guy who coaches him every day, what's the biggest area he's improved on?
His football IQ, and playing one position, I think, has benefited him more than any. We're not playing him at 7 positions, just one, and he's mastered a lot of the techniques that have been asked of him. He's learned the scheme in a way that is not just corner play, it's safety, it's linebacker, it's the front. How do I fit in? What's the weakness? What's the strength? And I think, he's a young man that is a gym rat. I mean, he's putting in the extra time.
You know a lot about these Big 12 offenses. I mean, obviously they put up numbers like it's nothing. What have you tried to reiterate to them, what it's going to be like, once they see these offenses once again?
Well, they've got a working knowledge because everyone that's in that top 5 or 6 have started in the Big 12. And that's a benefit to us. The thing those guys need to understand, it takes more than 2 corners. And when you're facing these up-tempo type offenses and you're playing 95 to 100 snaps a game, over the course of the year, you're going to need a lot of bodies to get through that. You're going to need those bodies to play nickel, dime, special teams, rotate in, if you have a 3-man or 4-man rotation at corner. So these kids have a pretty good understanding because we're seeing it every day in our preparation against our own offense.
Coach, do you feel there's an increased level of trust on the part of the guys in the secondary?
Oh yeah, I mean, when you've worked together for a while, you know the weaknesses and strengths of your teammates, and I think the guys have a pretty good working knowledge and communication base that is going to be needed to be pretty good in this conference.
You feel like some of these corners kind of take it personally that some of these teams score so many points, and they kind of want to, put some sort of a halt to that this year?
I don't know if you look at it from that perspective. I mean, everyone wants to go out and be a champion, and you don't want any team to score. That's the goal. But the goal is to go out and be consistent. We don't need you to be great every play. We need you to be consistent in your assignments. We need you to be consistent in leveraging the defense and being consistent in your assignments and things of that nature. If we can play 11-man football at a high clip, it's going to be hard for teams to score a ton of points. If we're not, then you're going to see vice versa. But if you can be consistent in playing 11-man football and execute the call and execute your assignment, we're going to play very good defense.
Is that something you guys